NIRI just this past year approved a new strategic plan that's for 3 to 5 years. And so in looking at what we're doing over the first year, one of the major areas of focus is practices. And it's something that is near and dear to all our hearts, and we really divide practices into two pieces. One is the rule book and the other is the playbook. The rule book are the standards of practice, and we just hired Ted Allen, who is going to be our Director of Practice Resources, and he's going to lead this effort. And we see that standards of practice developing into more living documents where you can think of open source or wiki-based access where everybody can add their thoughts on an ongoing basis, as opposed to looking at it only every 3 to 5 years. It's something that we feel that the IR practice is evolving continually, so we need to change it and make sure that the standards of practice is updated. And then Ted is also going to focus on the playbook, which is how you implement these things. So that's a big focus for this coming year, as well as looking at dues structure, which is going to take a couple years to look at, and using more media and things to get information out to folks in IR when they want it, how they want it, and where they want it. Well, certainly in these times, we realize that the cost of coming to annual conference is an expensive proposition. You have not only your airfare, as well as hotel and just the time out of the office. And we see more and more people looking for reasons to justify that. And so our corporate access venture this year of connecting investors with IR practitioners was an experiment to see how well it would work, as well as how many people were interested. And we've been very pleased by the response. I don't have exact numbers, but I know that there was a bunch of folks that were interested, and a bunch of folks who said, had I known this a year in advance, I could have put this in my schedule and planned for it. And interestingly, about 15% of our attendees are from outside the US, and those folks are keenly interested in using this as an opportunity to meet with investors that they might not meet with otherwise. So it is something that we will evaluate after conference, but I think it has a place in conference or on the ends of conference, meaning before and after conference. And so we'll evaluate it, look at how we did it, and then it'll probably be back next year, but maybe in a bit of a different form. But I think it's something that has value. We tried something different this morning. That was a session, an SEC update. And sometimes we have challenges getting SEC folks to travel, and particularly now with the agenda at the SEC. So we did a pre-recorded video where I asked questions, and then we took out the salient points and used that as a way to show what the SEC is talking about, and then for us to go back and dialogue about it. And I think we all walked away, myself included, with an appreciation of how much is going on in regulation, not only in the US, but around the world, because we're all intertwined as countries, and we really are a global financial center or world. And so I think it gave everybody a great perspective of how regulation plays into our day-to-day jobs in IR.